What's going on, everybody? Brian here for Body by Burgers, and today is going to be kind of a follow-up video from the video that I had last week, which you can see right here, about personal training. So, last week I talked about how you should get a personal trainer and why it's important. Now what I want to talk about is, one, how you can afford a personal trainer, and two, what you should look for in a good personal trainer. So, I kind of mentioned in the last video that I'm in a bit of a financial area where I can't afford a personal trainer, and that is legitimate. But there are certain people out there that say, I can't afford a personal trainer. Simply put, they're just not prioritizing properly. So, when it comes to personal training, most places and trainers are going to work out a per session price for you. So they may not ask for all the money up front. I know the gym that I previously worked at, that wasn't the case. They don't ask for the money up front. There is a down payment, but after that they make continual payments, right? So it's just a matter of prioritizing in your life what is important, right? Now you can take a look at this and say, well, I go out for lunch, while I'm at work 3-4 times a week. Well, that 3-4 times a week is probably going to be adding up to $50-$60, right? Especially it's not uncommon to spend $10-$15 per meal, right? So when you do that math, $60, you now end up saving about $240 a month, which is going to get you a lot or a decent amount of personal training sessions. The other thing you can take a look at, I know when I was in the gym, the common one that we used to kind of honestly combat objections with, and I'd hate to be that guy, but is smoking. It is an expensive habit, and especially if you're looking at getting into fitness, it is something that you should look at cutting out of your life. The base part of it that it really comes right down to is that you got to prioritize where you're spending your money, right? Myself, as an example, because I was unemployed for about a month, it's damn near impossible to be catching up. So literally, if I get paid on the 15th, I am broke by the end of the 15th. That's just the unfortunate part about where I'm at, slowly working my way through that, and it is what it is. But, I think it goes a long way to say that myself, as a certified personal trainer, wants to get a personal trainer. So I think that goes a long way for that. Now, what to look for in a good personal trainer. Now, I want to say that I know, my knowledge base is probably more than the average person, but I still have a ton to learn. So the first thing that I personally would look for in when I'm going to say shop for my own personal trainer is, number one, they live that lifestyle. That they are in the gym day in, day out. They're eating healthy. They're doing what they're wanting to do to hit their own personal fitness goals. That they're living that lifestyle. That, I think, is number one. Number two, they sound like, I shouldn't say they sound like they know what they're talking about, but they have results and testimonies to back up that they know what they're talking about, I guess is the better way to put it. Me right now being in sales, I could honestly tell you anything. I could say, because I'm a convincing person, I could literally tell you anything and sound like I know what I'm talking about. But it's best off to have those testimonials and those results to say that, yes, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get you your fitness goals. I think is the best part of it. The other thing, too, is, I have basically, it is a CanFit Pro course that I do have for certification, but, I would love to go back to school and get kinesiology, some human sciences, nutrition, things like that. And I'll work there eventually. I'll work to it. But it's always good to have more paperwork other than just, say, things like CanFit Pro. CanFit Pro essentially is a weekend course. I did a 3-day learning course with CanFit Pro and then 1 day for testing. Suddenly I'm a certified personal trainer. And the big thing to keep track of is in Canada, there is no sanctioning for personal training, right? As an example, anybody could be a personal trainer. They don't have to have any paperwork. So when it comes to personal training, I do believe that you should try and find somebody, that does have at least a certified personal training course, and then things like kinesiology, human sciences, some post-secondary education to back up that evidence, right? So again, the 3 things that are, for me, key that you should look for in a personal trainer are: 1, that they're living the lifestyle they're preaching; 2, they have testimonials and results to back up that they know what they're talking about; 3, that they are actually have a little bit more education behind themselves than just your weekend warrior, so to speak, so that they're actually dedicating their life to this. One thing that I don't think is essentially as important as a lot of people may think it is the image of that person. Now, we all know that we all have different body types. Myself, as an example, I'm a bigger guy, but I've lost 50 pounds, so that's kind of a testimonial. I've got Spartan race coming up, so I know that if I can complete that, that's going to be something else that backs me up. And, you know, there's going to be people out there that have knowledge and know how to apply the knowledge to other people, but may not necessarily know how to apply it to themselves. So I think the self-image it does speak for itself, but it only goes so far. I mean, there's guys in the gym, I'm not going to call out anybody, I don't know anybody, but may not necessarily have the education that even somebody like me has, and they may look the part of a personal trainer, but they can't apply that to other people. So, again, I think that is one thing that doesn't need to be looked upon as heavily as maybe a lot of other people think, and that's your own self-image, because I can promise you, you give me a shot and you give me enough time and one-on-one time, and I can get you where you need to be. It's just that I've chosen to do it in a more gradual, more sustainable manner, but I can promise you that I have the knowledge that I will get you where you need to be rather quickly. It's just I'm not confident enough to kind of take these training programs public without me being there, kind of thing. Like, if I'm not there for every session, then you may not get the results that you're looking for. Anyway, that is today's video. Quick summary: prioritize, prioritize, prioritize. Make sure you know what's important to you. Maybe it's cutting out that eating out for lunch, so you can afford that personal training. 2, make sure your personal trainer is living the life he's preaching, has testimonials to back up what he's talking about, and has some education behind him. And 3, just remember, looks aren't everything. If you like today's video, guys, make sure to like up that video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's growing slowly, and I really appreciate that from all of you guys. You know, share it with your friends if there's some information that you guys liked. So that is today's video again, guys. And until next time, Burger Power.